So this is a new view of the lung. It was invented by David Coos, and it's called VibraSSIM, and which I call the bacon slicer, because what it does it digitally records layers of information as you go down through the tissue, and then digitally stitches it back together, so you can get quite a large block of tissue. In this case, it's about 3 or 4 millimeters in depth. So the tissue is specially fixed and prepared so that it is hydrated, and that's very important because you can see how the parts of the lung here, you can see the interstitial tissue has thickness. And so now we're going to run the video and just show you what that looks like. A plane of slice here, and I'm going to stop the movie at points of interest. So here we can see, here we can see the pulmonary vein, like that. So here is one of the main pulmonary veins going through the lung, and here is a side branch going off towards the edge of the lung. If you look very carefully, you can see a couple of interesting things that haven't been seen very well before. These little holes here are venules collecting from the pulmonary capillary plexus, bringing oxygenated blood down here and up here through to the heart. Another interesting feature is this space. This has not been visualized well before. We think this is the lymphatic space, where the lymphatics are draining alongside the pulmonary veins. And that's very important for the balance of fluid in the tissue, being controlled by Starling forces. Beautiful. So this is an airway. So here we can see, going down the peripheral airway, you can see these little holes here, and particularly this one, are down out of the side of the airway into families of air sacs that arise from the side of the airway. Now, during development, this airway size is expanding. And so we think that rather than these air sacs arising by septi arising from the bottom of pre-existing spaces, we think actually that these, at least these particular ones, were extruded from the side of the airway, which is a rather novel view of air sac formation. So around here is the bronchoalveolar duct junction. These are the distal ducts, and these are alveoli coming out of the side of the airway. And going forward, we zoom on through past that, and we see another view of that over here. Here are families of alveoli arising at the ends of airways, and these appear to obey Fibonacci numbers. There's another family over here, and in the next movie we'll show you a detailed analysis of that. Now also, you can see some very small blood vessels and lymphatics in the interstitium between airway and air sac. This is also very important, and as we'll show you in the next video, that is arranged rather like a tartan. It's a pachinko machine, and the red cells are going through these little capillaries. So that's interesting to look at. And here's another one where you see the airway going down here, and the little air sacs coming off the sides. So as we zoom back out to the origin, we see the pulmonary vein appearing, and now we see the pulmonary side vein, and all these little holes in the side of the vein are the pulmonary venules collecting and dumping into the main vein, and then that dumping into the collecting vein. And that hasn't been very well seen before. And so this video is loaded with information, quite novel information, and I encourage you on your own just to zoom in and out and see what you can see. And please write to me and tell me what you see, because you might see something that we've missed.